Ever seen a movie or a story without a victim, hero, and villain? If such a movie existed, would you watch it? Our lives, too, are metaphorically spiced up with these characters. Have you noticed conflicts in your life has a distinct pattern with these three characters? This is the drama triangle at play. A riveting concept born in the brilliant mind of the eminent psychiatrist Stephen Karpman that maps out the destructive dance of conflict between people. It involves three captivating roles: the victim, the villain, and the hero. The victim, often drowning in a sea of oppression or helplessness, instinctively points fingers at others for their misfortunes. The villain, on the other hand, becomes the blameworthy party, the source of the problem, frequently projecting an aggressive demeanor. And finally, we have the rescuer, the one who rushes to the scene, trying to solve the victim's problem, despite their help not being actively sought or even required. Let's get a deeper understanding on how each character's work. The victim often feels trapped, helpless, and at the mercy of life. They frequently say, "Poor me." They believe they are powerless and blame others or situations for their circumstances. They are constantly seeking rescuers to solve their problems. Staying in this role prevents them from making decisions, solving problems, and experiencing satisfaction or achievement. The rescuer, on the other hand, feels compelled to help the victim, saying, "Let me help you." They feel guilty if they don't intervene to save the victim from perceived harm. However, by providing short-term fixes, they keep the victim dependent and often neglect their own needs. This leaves the rescuer feeling pressured and tired, with little time for their own tasks. The persecutor is the one who blames and criticizes, often saying, "It's all your fault." They control with order and rigidity, keeping the victim oppressed, and can sometimes be perceived as a bully. It's important to understand that these roles are fluid, and we can switch between them in different scenarios, or even within the same scenario. For example, Mark starts as a persecutor, asking Alex for a report. Alex responds as a victim, overwhelmed and unsure. Mark then switches to the rescuer role, offering to help. Kate then steps in as another rescuer, offering to update the status report. But you see, the drama triangle isn't just a straightforward one-way street. It's the ego within us that loves to create these triangles. It's about understanding that our roles in the drama triangle are intricately linked to our egos, this inflated sense of self-importance that we often carry. Our ego, as it turns out, is a voracious entity. It thrives on conflict, on this me versus others dynamic, drawing a perverse sense of pleasure from it. It gains from the idea of superiority, a misguided strength that it revels in. It's also critical to note that the ego has an insatiable appetite for judgment. To judge is to feel superior. This is the currency the ego trades in. One can argue that the ego is the true villain in our lives. It feeds on conflict, breeds negativity, and hinders our potential to grow. The ego is the puppeteer, pulling the strings of our actions and reactions, and it thrives on the drama that keeps us trapped. To truly revolutionize our roles, we need to loosen the stranglehold of our ego, directing our energies instead towards the actual presence. Recognizing the influence of our egos, understanding our roles and our ability to switch between them forms the bedrock of extricating ourselves from the drama triangle. This is the path that leads us towards the empowerment dynamic. By consciously identifying our roles, we can make the strategic decision to shift into the roles of creator, challenger, coach, opening the door to healthier, more positive relationships. Gone is victim, replaced instead by the spirited creator, whose focus, post letting go of the ego, is laser targeted on solutions and not problems. This transition from victim to creator isn't an inflation of the ego, it's a subtle shift in focus from the problem to the process of finding a solution. The persecutor undergoes a beautiful metamorphosis into the challenger, proffering a plethora of varied opportunities for growth. This shift isn't about wresting power from others, but about channeling focus on the process of learning and growing. It's about challenging ourselves and others in a constructive, positive. The rescuer gracefully transforms into coach, the cheerleader aiding the creator in their valiant journey towards achieving their goals. The coach, unlike the rescuer, isn't propelled by a need to feel indispensable, but by desire to support the creator in the process of achieving their goals. At its core, the empowerment dynamic is about releasing our ego-driven roles in the drama triangle and adopting a process-oriented approach. It guides us towards becoming more positive, vibrant, and productive in life. Unfortunately, the drama triangle can imprison individuals in a relentless, vicious cycle of conflict and distressing emotions, fueled by the ego's insatiable thirst for imagined superiority. It's time to empower ourselves, to break this cycle by recognizing the villainous nature of our ego through mindfulness over our process and presence. So, the next time you find yourself desperately stuck in a drama-filled situation, take a deep breath to remember the drama triangle and the ego, the role you're reluctantly playing, and make the brave, conscious choice to step into a far more empowering dynamic. Watch this video, know more about the ego, a construct of our own mind playing as an insecure joker. Ego is a construct of our min.